Has something ever touched you, but when you looked, there was nothing there? Tonight's ghost story is called The Woman on the Stairs and Everything That Followed. My page runs on your ghost stories, so if you've got one, go to my profile, click message and send me your ghost story now, even if something just happened that freaked you the hell out that you can't explain. We need to talk about it. Tonight's ghost story comes from a lady called Diana, so thank you, Diana, for sending this to me. And she's actually an author of scary, spooky books, and she's written one called Maplebrook House. It's on her YouTube. She tells the story on her YouTube. I said I would give her a shout out because I've just got so much respect for people who can write, who are creative. Go and support her and give her some love. She's just such a beautiful soul. Diana says, oh my goodness, where do I start? Okay, I'll start with my very first encounter. Let's do this. She says, I was doing my nurse training and living in the nurses' quarters at the time. The house was old, creepy, and it was a grey building with 2 sets of stairs. My room was nearest to the back stairs and the kitchen. I had been on a late shift and came back to my room around 9:15 p.m. When I got back, I decided to make myself a nighttime drink before going to bed. As I was going back down the stairs, I felt someone behind me, ready to touch my shoulder. When I looked a few seconds after that feeling, no one was there. She says, I spoke to a friend who knew someone who'd been in the same building and they had heard footsteps go past the lounge door, but no one actually walked by. All I was told was that it was a lady. She says, that was just the start. I've been touched down my spine while in bed on my own. That would send me into another universe of fear. She says, I've seen a plastic horse fly off a shelf and land at my feet when I worked in a residential home, and I had a witness for that one. Witnesses are powerful. I'm glad you had a witness for that. She says, I've heard my name being called by kids. When I lived in a house built on an old work site, that would be enough for me too. Kid ghosts are so creepy. I've had a couple of ghosts, one being my late Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, Tilly, who died in 2015. Rest in peace, Tilly. Ugh, when dogs die, it just hits different. It's so horrible. Obviously, losing humans is bad too, but you know what I mean. She says, just casually at the end here, the most scary one was when someone crouched down by our neighbour's wall. This person was wearing a very dark cloak, and I mean dark. Darker than the night sky. I saw this person lift up and fly over the wall, and to be honest, I still wonder what I saw. The amount of spirit stories I've heard now that have a cloak. Like, they can't all be monks, can they? I don't know. If you've got a creepy story, you know what to do. Go to my profile, hit message, send me yours right now.